Hey you guys, what's going on? Today is the second day where it feels like the energy is kind of switching modes, doesn't it? Let's have a look into your warrior energy. What is your warrior energy trying to tell you? We have three copies here of a few of the paintings I've done. And the first one is a dragon. It's a white dragon, and she's kind of surrounding the world. She's in kind of all around it and feels like pretty protective. But if you're drawn to that energy, then you can choose pile one. Second, we have a lion, obviously, a lion energy, but very mystical, and just see what you're drawn to, not necessarily artistically, but energetically. And we have an owl here, very mystical owl, lots happening around it. And so if you're drawn to one of these, choose that reading and I'll see you there. Here we go. Welcome to the first reading. We have our dragon energy. This is very, um, I don't even know the word I'm searching for. It's very mystical, very angelic. It's powerful energies coming through. And I just noticed it almost looks like a sword coming through the middle there too, doesn't it? Which I often associate, of course, with the warrior energy, but the warrior is about truth, isn't it? It's almost like a crystal ball on the top of this sword or staff. So if you're in this reading, you're probably quite intuitive. Let's get some insight what your inner warrior would love for you to know at this point. Okay, this one really hopped. Okay, where I said you're probably quite intuitive, this is about the shamanic journey, purpose, attunement, vision quest. And look at the similarities in the colors here. So this is kind of saying to you, and you might have been feeling it recently, kind of stepping up with this attunement makes a lot of sense because it's like, look at the earth or the moon and the same here. So we definitely have that energy coming from this card where it said it was very, very warrior. This is a shamanic journey and it's bringing you into that energy of truth, of standing back, pulling out of emotion and seeing the truth. And if you're intuitive, like I think you are, you'll notice that messages from spirit come quite unemotional, don't they? They're very straightforward, and that's the shamanic energy vibe here. And healing the heart, power of self love. So I feel like your inner warrior is saying, good job on healing that heart, because that was the step to get into this energy, into this shamanic journey energy. Doesn't mean we're going to be shamans. I don't really know much around that. It's the energy of that though, like standing, being able to stand back and see the truth. We're going to pull one of these and then we're going to get a few tarot and then we'll look at these in the end because they did come out as well. You're very close to achieving your goal. Look at this color here and look at the grounding you've done by doing that healing inside your heart. So what better warrior deck than the Viking Ruin deck? The Sun, I would say you're on your way. Can you feel the vibe change? Can you feel the vibe change the last few days? Okay, we've got the 2 of Wands here with the Sun. So you're choosing a new way. You heal something deep in your heart, and it's allowing you to go to a higher vibration now. And you're just, you've achieved it. It's like just hold it for a while so it sticks, so to speak. The 2 of Wands, yeah, you're just definitely choosing a new. Look at this horse darting off to that side and saying, well, let's try this way, and it's taking you to a good spot. We have the Queen of Wands here, and I feel like part of your journey is to show a little more of what you're all about. It's part of your journey to share with people what you're all about. What is it that inspires you? Where do you lead people without trying? It's a natural thing. Maybe someone sees you, I don't know, creating something, some type of art, and and people are coming up to you and saying, "Wow, can you show me?" You're not trying to sell it. It's just you draw people to you. Let's have a look at these cards. Nothing is yet set in stone. So where we said, yeah, you've achieved it, but we just need to hold on to it for a while, make it stick, make sure it sticks. That's pretty good confirmation around that. And prosperity lies ahead. Just as we saw here, you're very near to reach your goal. Prosperity lies ahead. That's pretty evident with the sun. So let's get a little more advice from your warrior, because it feels like, what should I be doing? What should I be working on? Um, let's dive in and get a sense of that before I let you go. Because so far it's kind of becoming that person from what you've healed. So maybe it's about spending time in that energy before you move into your superpowers and start spreading all this around. I feel like your message is that it's, yeah, and we've got intuition again. I mentioned your intuition before we pulled any cards, and we do have intuition again and another two. So are you seeing twos? Mm-hmm. Um, yeah, this was some deep healing, and I feel like we got to kind of bounce in and out of that before it's totally part of us. Yep, patience and a number one after love begins. This is healing your heart. This is uh maybe love with another person. But in this instance, it means right now it's you're from healing that heart, and you're having patience before moving into this new area. And I think you feel it. I think you feel it. You're just in this kind of loving this new high vibration, sorry, and wanting to walk around in a little bit. So take your time and walk around in it a little bit. Number 8, divine masculine, elective active power. Yeah, you're standing in that. You're charging your battery right now. And your battery is going to be much different than it was before when this is done. But this pause, this patience is necessary. You might start feeling the sparks of that all gung ho, but hang on. It's you're still charging. You're still charging, and we have telepathy, transmission, perception, communication. So that's very interesting. I'm going to get one more tarot to, but you're going to notice, you've noticed already the difference in your vibration. You're like, ooh, my intuition is getting jacked up. Right on. Yeah, and we have the 10 of Wands. You're finishing. And in this deck, the 10 of Wands, it says a job well done. Well done. Keep charging that battery. And look, it's even like he's in this card. He's he's charging all his chakras. So could we get more clarity? I don't think so. On this charging up, take this. If you take something off a battery too soon, it loses that voltage quickly, and it does something to the battery. So keep charging, and you're coming into this, it, and you're going to discover a new part of your world where you use this inner warrior on a different level. So I hope you enjoyed your reading. Until next time, take care. Welcome to the second reading. We've got that lion energy, and he looks like he knows stuff, doesn't he? Let's see what's happening. What is your, whoa, that's too many. What is your warrior energy? What is your higher self trying to tell you about your warrior energy? This card is absolutely your card. This horned cactus, resourcefulness. You've been putting your experiences to good use, and you have been doing that inner work deep down inside where, yeah, it feel like it's not really showing anywhere in your life, but you've made so many changes down here under the ground where you or others aren't quite aware of them yet, but they are happening. And look at this lion, like he's seen some stuff. He's been through it, and he's brought the wisdom forward, and the sureness in his expression is where you're headed. So this warrior energy of yours, you are going to have a powerful effect on others because you've done this inner work and you've balanced. We have overflow and plenty over here, number 43, which for some of you, you're starting over. I'm hearing you starting where you left off. Wherever this inner work really got you to go, okay, I really need to heal some of this stuff. It's stopping me from going forward with my life. Whatever that point was, I'm hearing, yeah, we're starting from where we left off. Overflow, overwhelm, and plenty. Interesting. And we have many masks, the authentic self. You have been really tweaking your truth sword. So the warrior, I often think, that's about truth. And sometimes the little non-truths that we tell as people, we grew up telling them. It's just part of the way it is. For instance, you might make an excuse why you can't join someone's party because you're afraid you're going to hurt their feelings. So you might say, oh, I promised a friend I'd go help them do something else. Where in fact, you just don't want to go. So you made up that, it's harmless, but you're really tweaking that. You're really tweaking that type of thing where it's not hurting, but it feels wrong inside you for some reason. And so you're, instead of saying, oh, I promised a friend, blah, 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 you're now saying, oh, that sounds fun, but I'm not going to be able to make it this time. Thanks for inviting me. See the difference? There's a different vibration, and your inner warrior is noticing that, and you are making the changes. Excuse me. Did you hear my voice? It just tightened right up. It almost like, this is very important, more important than I might have made it sound, but this is a big deal for you. You're bringing out your authentic self. Your authentic self is got a very high vibration. Look at the similarity in colors here. So this is finding the real you. You've been doing that over the years. Now you're like, I don't want that mask. I want this one. This is truly me. This one fits my life, and so on. We're going to save that one for later. Might be the big hurrah. I don't know. But on the bottom of the deck, we have the answers you need are coming. So we'll put that up there. Hopefully I won't forget it. I've done that before in readings, so I'll put it up there and I'll be like, oh, darn, I forgot to look at that card. Let's get some clarity here, because all this inner work is starting to shine out from you, but you might not feel it. This feels like the Seven of Cups, doesn't it? It's like, whoa, what am I going to choose now? So all this work you're doing, it is bringing in what you need, what you want. Three of Cups, very, very much a celebration energy. So do you feel lighter? Do you feel happier with the Ace of Swords? I think I was just talking about that being like the truth energy, the warrior energy, the Ace of Swords. So that's very clarifying for what we just talked about. And this just feels like you're going to have such a clear mind after changing these things. Just what is really me and what is really the truth. I'm no longer telling half truths or making stuff up just to be more comfortable for everybody or easier for me to say. It's like that's not part of you anymore. And so your inner warrior wants you to know, yeah, you're not losing it. It's part of your role. We have the Hangman, new perspective. New perspective on your life, what you value, where you want to go, what you're all about. I feel like you see yourself in a new way now, and you're like, that was a mask, that wasn't really me. Wow, I didn't realize it till now. And you're getting rid of that. We have the Hierophant and the Hangman. Like, that's two major arcanas. That's change. And it all comes from your voice. Your voice can be your words. It can be your actual voice, but it's all around your voice. We'll get a card out of here. There's some chakra cards, and I would not be surprised if we see a throat chakra card come out. Four of Cups. So you might feel like you're laying around, not doing anything. Your warrior energy is coming through. You feel like, wow, I should be acting on this. But it's time to just relax a bit. Finish up that. See where you're at. Really see the progress you've made. Because in order to move forward here, we really need to see the progress. So, and you have made a lot of progress. Awareness. Number one, becoming aware of who you truly are. And wisdom. Look at all these are major arcanas. These are major arcanas. You're coming into such a flow, but we need to just relax in between and just absorb it all. Patience and planning. Yeah, just relax in between and absorb it all. You've done your work. You're just sorting through what your work was like, all right, what's part of me? This isn't part of me anymore. That's where you're at. You're really letting go of some parts that aren't you, and it's just going to make that mind crystal clear. There will be no more indecision, no more, oh, I'm not sure about what I'm doing. I can't remember what I was doing. That's all gone. You get a lot of clarity. And accelerated motion on the bottom is like the Eight of Wands. And so this is coming through. Just hang on, you're already in your warrior energy. It's like just drop what you don't need, lighten that load. The energy is gaining momentum. We just had the Eight of Wands on the bottom, accelerated motion. So I would say, yeah, the energy is definitely gaining momentum. You can feel the fire. It feels like you have your warrior sword in your hand. And whatever it is you're doing, this is Hierophant. It feels like that's you. You are the higher wisdom. You've got the wisdom card. And the crown chakra for sure. But we have the wisdom card, which comes, if in this case with the Hierophant, it's that higher wisdom, and you're bringing that through. So let go of what you don't need anymore. That's the stage you're in. You might need extra sleep right now. Take it and just enjoy this time, because you are definitely coming into a lot of choices, a lot of different, things happening at the same time, picking up right where you left off. Enjoy this because your journey has started, but you're still just packing your bags. So hope you enjoyed that. Take care. See you next time. Here we go. Pile number 3. You chose this mystical owl. Let's get some information about this. This owl warrior, it's like he can see inside energies. So you might be in a situation where you're watching things play out in a experience you're having with others, or maybe on your own, maybe you're on a walk, but you see what's going on inside that experience. If that makes sense, then you're definitely in the right reading. Wow. They kind of have the same feel, these cards. This is standstill. And the way this owl is gazing off, he's like looking through the experience to see the inner happenings. This is your warrior energy. This is what your warrior does. The standstill is taking time to get your vibe balanced. You might be noticing you have to balance that vibe more now. I don't know, something's changed, I'm hearing. What has changed for you around grounding yourself and keeping your vibration balanced? The ghost dance. You had some ancestors around recently coming to visit you. You likely are very in touch with the spirit world. We may get a crown chakra card in this one too. We did in the last one. So let's see what your warrior energy wants you to know. Look at the bigger picture, which is kind of the stand back energy we mentioned. Looking into the real situation. Look at the bigger picture. Your warrior is becoming more expanded into a bigger group. So not just you or in your family group, you're expanding your warrior territory into a far larger area, maybe even globally. Maybe you do sound healing and you're including the world now. By the way, Valentine's Day is National Sound Healing Day. So do something, with your voice that day. Maybe hum, or just look into that universal energy, and let's give vibes of peace, even if you're not using sound. Time Master and water. These are interesting energies. I'm going to look up this one, 57. This is the Mystical Shaman Oracle. And Time Master. When the Time Master visits you, he asks the most important question. Will you break free from limited cause and effect thinking? Yes. This is trying to see the vision. We see you looking past the event and into the real the real goods of what's really going on. You're looking at the bigger picture. You're looking through the experience and seeing the meat and potatoes behind it. So this is all about not, you're seeing an outcome, you're seeing what's happening. And this is saying, don't try to figure out all the steps, because that's what's sort of shattering the dream in between, because you're getting into that left brain and going, where does this go? How is that going to happen? How is, and then it feels like it's impossible. And poof, you shatter that ball. I'm going to look up this water one too. This one asks you to watch your emotions. Know they are going to be changeable, and do not settle on a conclusion at this time. If you feel happy, feel it. If you feel sad, feel it. But don't settle on an outcome, it says. Okay, let's get a few tarot here and see what else. I love that Time Master. This is one of the most important things I learned. I can vision like this owl. You're probably an amazing visionary. And part of that visioning is letting go, being flexible of the outcome, isn't it? Seven of Wands. We've got stand still, and we've got Seven of Wands, like standing your ground. So right now your warrior is saying, handle what's going on in front of you. Feel secure before you move forward, and really, really start working on this. As the Three of Pentacles, he's working hard on his shield. He knows what he needs to accomplish, and this is one of the biggest things you need to accomplish, is letting go of the outcome. We have the Nine of Swords, and that's like, you know what, I'm tired of being tormented how this is all going to work out. Let it go. Let your emotions show you what you need to know, but don't get tangled up in the outcome, because it's sort of discontinues this energy that your warrior has. Six of Swords. Okay, this is a great example. You can feel it. You vision, you can see forward, and you're like, I'm moving into a more laid back, or at least easier to handle life. You're going there. This warrior is saying, don't try to figure out all the steps, how that's going to happen. Don't try to figure out where that money's coming from. Keep working, doing your side, and the universe will pick up the rest. We just had these two fly out. Seven of Cups and the Eight of Wands. Okay, so we have 7 and 7. You're definitely standing your ground, and you're just holding back. You're moving into this abundance where you're like, oh my gosh, what do I choose now? Right? But this inner vision you have is going to allow you to make the best choice possible. And the Eight of Wands, this is coming through fast. You are getting very good at using your visionary in the proper way. That will bring you what is yours easier. So keep working on that, not being stuck on an outcome. You have the vision, and you set it down, and you let the river lead you there. The water. 2 8s. You have 2 7s, 2 8s. You've got the 8 of Swords and the 9 of Swords. So what is it about your emotions that is holding you back? Can we get a clarifier on that, please? You need to balance your emotions. This says, yes, you're going to come into emotion, and don't try to shut it down, because it's sort of stifling things. You know what I mean? You need to balance your emotions. Feel them. Let them come through you and leave. That's going to help you balance, just as we mentioned earlier with the water. Anything else? The Empress. You're going to feel seen as well, because I feel like for you, it's been, don't get so emotional, like calm down. People have been telling you that probably your whole life, especially if you're a visionary. You've probably had a lot of emotions. And so this is saying keep those emotions, but balance so they can run through you so you can feel them, but they don't have you making decisions and changing your view or how you treat yourself or others. This is the Empress. This is bringing you into great balance by acknowledging that and saying, no, it's okay to have emotions, even though I've been told it's not. It's okay to have emotions. Once they're balanced, they're going to show you everything. And we have the Four of Swords here, which is resting. So it's going to feel so, in fact, I just feel you're going to have more energy after balancing that and not letting not fighting those emotions, because that's exhausting. The ghost dance up here, number 22, this is about your ancestors joining you on this journey. And I feel like this mystical owl, I mean, look at the connection to the universe. So of course you're likely hearing from your ancestors, getting guidance. It's taking you towards that beautiful sun. We have the Empress again. This is fertility, but we have the Empress over here. So your ancestors, you're on this journey with them, and they really want you to succeed. Let's get a little more clarity around this area of the reading. Recognition and reward. Another 3. You've got 3s all over the place. Well, I shouldn't say all over the place. You have 3 3s. But do you see the succession of 3s here? So you are being recognized from the spirit world, but you're also being recognized on the earth journey too. Okay. Now we have victory and success. So everything you're doing, great. It's all around emotions. Your warrior is saying, keep balancing those emotions. Spirit will give you lots of opportunities to do that. And prosperity begins. So there's a whole new beginning here, is definitely around that area. It's around, fear, anger, joy, sadness, grief, all of those things. Wow. We have the strength card, power, on the bottom. You might want to check out the lion reading too. I don't know. Anyways, you guys, thank you for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed your reading, and I'll see you next time.